Welcome to Top of the Drops. I'm Taco, your host, as always. This episode is dedicated to Parzival, who is taking a break from Discord. I'm guessing he's spending time with his family or building some rockets. I don't know, but we hope you're doing okay, buddy. We miss you. Stay well. I'm still rocking my Lysol hat, which I got from the Lysol activation at Music Midtown. I'm not sponsored by Lysol, but I'm open to it. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Something else that happened at Music Midtown. Somebody told me they have never had a whatchamacallit bar. I was shocked. Don't worry, I found them one at a gas station and I gave it to them. They were thrilled. But ever since then, I've been thinking about candy bars. So, I'm going to do my top 10 favorite candy bars to open up the show. I'm a bit of a stickler on definitions of things. There's a couple in here. I don't know if they're bar enough to be a candy bar. That's all you need to be a candy bar, is to be bar shaped. I went candy bar, not chocolate bar, even though these are mostly chocolate bars. So, from the top, number 10, I am going with the Nosh bar. I'll be honest, I have no idea what this is, but I feel like we are a global crowd, so I didn't want to have exclusively American candy bars. And it looks like in South Africa, they eat a lot of Nosh bars. And so as a nod to Atomic, number 10 is the Nosh bar. It looks pretty good. Number 9 is the Charleston Chew. This is the least chocolate of my candy bars. These are great if you freeze them. Frozen Charleston Chews are pretty great, and so I added it in here. Number 8, I went Baby Ruth. A bit of an old school throw in here. I think I have some old school taste in candy bars. You're going to notice I lean a lot more toward peanut than things like coconut, which doesn't belong in a candy bar. You people are crazy. Number 7, Twix. This is the one that felt the least like a bar to me because they're too thin. But the internet says that it's a candy bar, so I'm going with it. Lots of different flavors. They're delicious. It comes in a pair, so you can share one with Mrs. Taco or whoever you want. I'll share with Mrs. Taco. You don't share with Mrs. Taco. You don't do it. Number 6, I'm going Snickers. It's a classic. I love their marketing. I'm going to be honest. I used to eat more Snickers. Now they're too rich for me, now that I'm a bit of a more mature taco, but they still belong on the list, I feel like, right? Number 5, Payday. This is pretty similar to the Baby Ruth. There's a lot of candy bars on here that are they're comparable, which is fine. I have my tastes. Number 4, I went Kit Kat. Man, Kit Kat's global. There's a billion different flavors. You just can't go wrong, right? No one's going to argue with Kit Kat being on this list. Number 3, I went with whatchamacallit. The one that this person at Music Midtown had not had. If you haven't had a whatchamacallit, you should, at some point in your life, have one. There's wafers in there. It's a lot of really fun stuff. Number 2, the 100 grand bar. I like 100 grand bars. I don't eat a lot of candy at this point in my life, but if I'm ever feeling like I need something, that chocolate sweet something, I'm probably going to grab 100 grand, which leads me to my number 1, which is another nod to being an international company, the Lion Bar out of the UK and probably other places. We don't have them here. It's basically the exact same candy bar as the 100 grand, except one has a wafer inside and one has a caramel inside. Otherwise, they're basically identical. I had a Lion Bar when I was the first time I went to the UK, and I was excited to find a bar that felt like the 100 grand, really. So those are my top 10 favorite candy bars. This was an awesome segment, wasn't it? This is all stuff that you guys wanted to know about. There's no coconut in any of them. This is all pretty straightforward, standard stuff for me. All right. I'm going to sit down and chat with Emily from September Mourning. She is partnering with Oniforce for a drop next week, which we're all super excited about. So let's hear about that. Emily from September Mourning, I am wearing your hoodie.
Oh, hell yeah. I love that. Represent. I love it. It's amazing.
I had to track it down because Mrs. Taco had it in her closet and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, where's my September Mourning hoodie? And she's like, I don't know where it is. She knew exactly where it was.
She stole it. That's where it was.
Absolutely stole it. I don't blame her, but I needed it for this dream.
I love it. Thank you for representing.
On top of everything else that you're doing to crush it in Web3 and in the world, you have a brand new partnership that you are bringing to Gala Music, Oniforce. If people aren't familiar, they should get familiar. Talk us about that partnership and how you happen to have like 1 million friends.
So when I came into Web3, like there were only a small group of us in here, and I was the first female heavy rock music person to mint and sell an NFT. And when I was doing that, this PFP project called Oniforce was developing. And it was a bunch of my friends that were in the space, like in the clubhouse rooms that I was in and stuff like that. And one of them was JR and Karina. There was a lot of people kind of like floating around Strawberry. Like all these guys were like talking about, hey, we're doing this thing called Oniforce. And when I found out it was about anime, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm like totally into that. So that's kind of like how I got introed, because it was kind of like the clubhouse family, right? So it was like we're all just doing our thing, trying to develop something in this space. And that's what they decided to develop. And it blew up. It became this monster of a project. 7,777 pieces, sold out super quick, like had a really high floor for a very long time, still has a good floor right now. It's one of the top projects on OpenSea. It's got amazing lore. It's solid storytelling. They have comic books out now. We have comic books out. So I don't know. It seemed like when I wanted to do a theme song for a PFP project or a Web3 project, Oniforce was just in alignment with what we do. So it seemed like it would work.
It feels like a really good fit. And I was super excited to hear about it. I was familiar with Oniforce. So the fact that you wrote a song for them, which we're dropping on Gala Music, is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Tell me about what people can expect if they're either Gala Music listeners or they're members of the Oniforce community. What are they going to get from all this?
Okay, well, there's a couple of things happening with the drop, but I wanted to say about the drop, it's historic because, like, I don't think there's ever been like a theme song PFP Web3 music collab drop thing like this ever. And if anybody knows what I do in this space, I like doing things first. So this is one of the things that I was really happy to kind of like introduce to not only the Gala community, not only the Oniforce community, but like Web3 in general. Like it's really important to collaborate with people that are within the space and know the space. So I stand by that. And so I'm really happy to be able to do this. That being said, what goes on with this drop? So you get, of course, this theme song is amazing. It's called Rise. And the lore of Oni is about like rising up, like pushing through, like, defending your happiness, defending your family. And so I wanted to write something that encapsulated that and really made people feel it when they heard it. That being said, I also wanted to like bring in that anime flavor. And if you've ever listened to like anime theme songs, you know what I'm talking about. So
Hmm.
we like looked at Baby Metal and Doom soundtrack and like all these really crazy bands, and we were like, okay, this is what we want to do with it. So I think we really kind of like brought that to life with it. And what you get is you get, of course, you get the NFT, the music NFT. You get access to the Oniforce community because you get an airdrop of a special Oniforce Rise NFT that you can't get anywhere else but in this drop. So if you are a fan of Oni, you're definitely going to want this drop. There are 300 pieces of it. We're also going to do some really special all access things with this drop. Can I mention some of them? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say and what I'm not supposed to say.
You
but
know what? We should absolutely talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about it. So we are doing our first ever test press vinyl. We have never put out a vinyl ever in the course of our band. Vinyl is really expensive, you guys. But this song, I love this song so much. It's one of my favorite songs I've written. I love this song, and we love all the Gala songs. So we're putting all of the Gala songs in the Oni4 song on the front of the vinyl. We're putting all the instrumentals on the back of the vinyl. We're test pressing it, and we're putting out a bunch of them on the All Access store. You can get them with beams. And we're trying to integrate the point system from Oniforce in with the beam system. So hopefully there'll be some sort of integration with that too, because we really do want to get that Oniforce community involved in what we do in All Access as well. That being said, we will also have a couple other things with the September Mourning merch. We're doing hats, we're doing bandanas, and we're doing flags. And they are so dope. I really love the art on it. I think you guys will too. I listened to the community a lot, and you guys were always like, we love this beam thing, but everything in All Access is super expensive. Totally understood that. So I pitched to the team that we do some keychains that are like low entry point, like, not like a lot of beams to be able to get these things, but they have the amazing Oniforce September Mourning art on them. So if you only have a few beams, you can probably pick up one of these keychains. They're going to be super cool, and I hope we have those fly out of the store as well. So we're definitely doing that as well.
I love that. I didn't know you guys were talking about using their point system in All Access. That would
Yeah,
be
we're
incredible.
we're trying to figure that out because like they do a whole point thing over there, and like,
Mhm.
and I was talking to Henry, and I was like, well, we do beams. It's kind of like the same sort of situation, but like a little different. So like, if there's any way that we can kind of integrate the two to be able to like get these rewards, that would be super cool. So we're trying to make that happen. So be patient with us as we figure that out. But like lots of really cool stuff is happening, and that vinyl is going to be super sick. So if you're into collecting vinyl, and a lot of you are because you've been asking me on the Discord, hey, when are you going to drop a vinyl? So guess what? We're dropping a vinyl. So so here we go with that, and I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we have a lot of vinyl collectors in the community. I collect vinyl, so I wouldn't mind having some September Mourning in my collection.
Yeah, there you go. Like, yeah, it's going to be amazing. I hooked a vinyl distributor. Actually, she came into one of my music spaces. I do music spaces like every Monday on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it now. And she came into my music space. Her name's Piper. And she was like, hey, I do vinyl and this and that, the other. I want to like work with some Web3 artists. And I was like, oh, that's really cool because I'm going to be doing this drop and I kind of want to do a vinyl, so we should talk. So I start talking to her, and the guy that mixes some of our stuff and masters some of our like most of our stuff is Chris Lord Alge, and he's like a Grammy winning producer, mixer, master, and Piper knows him too. So like it was just funny because we had all these stories about Chris, so we were just talking about him, and it was like we connected on that. So she's really really cool. I can't wait to get her records out into the hands of all of you guys.
Because once again, you're somehow connected to literally everybody.
It's like
There's the six
it's like
degrees of
six
Kevin
degrees.
Bacon. Yeah, but for you, I feel like it's less than that. It's like 3 degrees.
The 3 degrees of Emily Lazar. Like I don't know. Yeah, I spend a lot of time in the music business, so it's a lot of fun. What can I say?
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for giving everybody the basics.
Yeah.
Following Top of the Drops, we're going to have an X Twitter space to review some more of this. And
Nice.
I know the drop's going to be next Thursday. Next week, we're going to do more Twitter spaces. We're going to do some Discord stages. We're going to talk as much about this as possible to make sure people from both communities really get to understand each other. Like I feel like this is not just a great opportunity for you and Oniforce, but I think both communities to learn about two other really great projects. And so we're going to spend the whole week bridging.
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity, and it's like Web3 is all about community, right? Like that's why we're all here. So let's just integrate as much as we can with each other and build something pretty epic. There's so much more we can do in the world of Gala with Oni Force and in the world of Oni with music. So and Oni is very music based as well. So I love all the team over there and the Sand Sound guys and like they're all connected to Oni. Like I mean it's a family. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear it and collect it and love it as much as we do.
I love the Sand Sound guys. I have some of their headphones right here.
Nice.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, dude. I actually have a meeting with them today. So, like, we're going to talk about some stuff too, because we had been talking about doing something a couple weeks ago and they had an idea. So, I'm going to be talking to them a little bit later. But yeah, those guys are awesome. And they're
Yeah,
Crow Magnus is the artist on Oni Force. He's part of that team. It's like everybody's all connected. So, it's really fun to work with people.
we're all connected.
I
Amazing.
know.
Thank you, Emily. And well, I'll be talking to you again in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks, Taco.
Thank you, Emily. It is always great to chat. If you're watching Top of the Drops live, directly after this, we are going to be having a Twitter X space with Emily from September Mourning and the guys from Oniforce. Should be pretty amazing. Come check that out. And let's give away a free NFT. Sion dropped today his mega hit on Spotify, Never Be Alright. Here is a QR code for a chance to win one of those. And we'll see everybody in Discord.
Trying to get high, I've been riding all the lows. Finally get sober and bringing back the pain. Sunny for a minute, now it's cloudy with the rain. Shit falling down and they bringing back mistakes. Future looking blurry, I don't see it in my fate. Why? Oh, I don't wanna be here, I just wanna die. Always been sad, I'll never be